This is Prakash from Sea Change Consulting, Chennai. We are a consulting organization who bring the latest of ideas and concepts and strategies to the business houses so that they can succeed. The buzzword today has been the GST or the global the services and taxes that we are talking about, general services and taxes we are talking about, and the impact that is going to have in the businesses that are run across India. Today with us we have Mr. Dinesh.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Dinesh.
Hello.
He is the managing director of RR Ispat Group and part of the Hira Group based out of Raipur, Chhattisgarh, with presence across the globe and of course in India. Mr. Dinesh, how do you see the effect of GST in India and how it is going to help the business to move forward?
As far as this country is concerned, a country of huge potential. GST, what a time. At right time, maybe the second level of reform after 1991, when Dr. Manmohan Singh, first time we thought of creating assets. Now the GST will be a second major reform, as lot of unaccounted money will come into the main market. The study by CI and FICCI says that the GDP growth will automatically go up at least by 1.5%.
Mr. Dinesh, how do you think the effect of the parallel economy would integrate into the main economy, which today is almost 1:1 because of GST?
The reason being, people in India by and large are fair in business, but because of this cross taxes, people were forced to do all this. Once this GST is coming into the picture, the tax of one person becomes the input to other person.
Good.
And that second person is putting the tax, so IT will play a major role. So chances of evasion will be very, it's just impossible, number one. Second thing is, because when all the taxes of one person is being taken credit of, so there is no reason why people will evade. Just now, because when a material is going from one state to other state, there is a CST being which cannot be taken credit of. And then there are entry taxes, and all other states wanted that their state should come forward. Then they were creating some hurdles, and then a lot of vested interest was coming up even when they didn't have much of the manufacturing, and all these vested interests will go off. So in one way we will have one India, one tax, and then there is no integration. There is a complete integration in India. Let's take the example of logistics. In India, we say the trucker movement is hardly 240 to 250 kilometers a day. Whereas in the United States, we are saying it is 800 kilometers a day. Just imagine a Raipur, which is 1,200 kilometers from Bombay, a trucker taking the material in 1.5 days. Just imagine the type of volumes the same truck will have. 8 times the volume they are able to do. The logistic cost will come down. The turnover will increase like anything. And one of the examples what we are seeing, the cost will come down at least 1,000 to 2,000 rupees a ton because of the unnecessary logistic hurdle that was being put by the Babus, by what the Prime Minister was saying about the income tax authorities, that people should get rid of this tax terror. But is that only in the income tax? Income tax is at least perceptible. There are many tax terror which is not even perceptible. So those things will just wipe out and people will start thinking in a right way. So that is one of the major advantage which I am thinking that GST is going to bring. And for young entrepreneurs who want to think straight, the problem is just now the perception in India is you cannot do the straight business. The moment this GST comes into the picture, everybody is able to visualize what exactly is going to be its cost, how it is going to operate. And then one major important that is going to happen in India is the state which is good at one particular thing, that state will be the master of whole of India for that. For example, steel or cement, that has been done in Chhattisgarh, let's say. So Chhattisgarh will have a mastery to make steel more and more, and since the logistic cost will be less, at a very small span of time, he is able to supply steel to any part of India. So I have a gut feeling steel will further consolidate in the state of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa. For example, textile. Coimbatore and this Tripur belt is very experienced, so that will come up very good. For example,
we also expect the employment opportunities.
Employment will go up in a very big way because of the service sector. I am seeing in the logistics. I am seeing in the manufacturing, because as the things become state, more and more people will be interested to do manufacturing. And India is an IT hub, but Still, India has to take the advantage of that IT. But I think more of it's the US which has taken advantage of. The
If you
more
have
this
to-
IT is
If
integrated.
you have to give an advice to the businessmen of India
Ji.
to adopt to GST, what would that be for the audience? What would you suggest as a thumb rule or guiding factor to move into GST? How would you do it? How would you tell them to do it?
I didn't get your question.
How do you say, there are many people who are still apprehensive, they have doubts about GST. What would be your advice to say why to get into GST so that they take that message from you?
It is like this, it's something we are going to get simplified. Unnecessary tax structure which is not going benefited anywhere. For example, somebody is manufacturing. The moment it is going to be an interstate, then there is a 2% CST. Then there is an entry tax. Then there is a VAT of that particular state. Then the moment it enters into a city, then there is an octroi duty. By then it goes from one hand to other hand. We don't know at what price the other person is passing on.
Okay.
The moment there is a GST, everything is just getting consolidated and simplified. People are able to understand their cost, and I'm telling you, the prices are going to come down in future. Maybe not in a year's time, but I think the things will improve, and it is going to be a big picture for startup, because India has one major thing which I want to say again and again. India is a country of young people. 65% of population is young.
So goods and service tax, we can say generally simplified tax.
Yes, generally simplified tax, and then the state will also have a clear-cut amount what they are going to get. And one major advantage what we all are suffering in India is the East is lagging behind the West.
Okay.
This GST, we have a large population of people staying in the eastern part of India, Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. They will have a large beneficiary of tax that will go to this state, and a good infrastructure is going to come up in that state. And once this infrastructure start taking place, then it will further boost the economy, and we will have a lot of consumption of the core sector that is going to happen. And we are going to see what we are seeing in the western part of India. In the eastern part too, West Bengal, I am seeing a big growth. The study shows at least Bengal and Bihar will have at least 5,000 crore more every year with this GST money coming to them.
And in a nutshell, I think we can say that unified India and a balanced growth across
Balanced
India is
growth all
the message
across.
that we have. Thanks a lot, Mr. Dinesh. That's been very wonderful
Thank you.
having you. Thank you very much.